Live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
One organization is fighting back against Ohio's high infant mortality rate.
And the Athens County Society and History Museum has found a new location.
Good evening, I'm Mackenzie Pyatt.
And I'm Tasia Smith. Thank you for joining us. Making a difference by saving lives. That's what one organization is doing in an effort to fight back against Ohio's infant mortality rate.
Ohio has one of the highest rates of infant mortality in the country. It's 23% higher than the national average. Some doctors here are even calling it a crisis. Well, I visited one organization that's working to fix the problem.
There we go, there we did.
Meet Lene.
She's just a bundle of joy all by herself, my sunshine.
A bundle of joy her mother says she would do anything for. So when Janae realized she was struggling, she turned to Moms2Be for help.
Just went there, met everybody, and just fell in love with everybody.
Janae is one of hundreds of women who attends Moms2Be every week, which focuses on helping mothers raise healthy babies before, during, and after their pregnancy.
They become part of our family, and we care about them, we want the best for them, and we mentor them.
That's Dr. Patricia Gabby, who founded Moms2Be 5 years ago. She says it's a place where parents can go to learn about things like nutrition and safety while having a support system.
Most of our moms live below the poverty level. And so anything that can help have a baby safe, help keep a baby clean, will help this mom and this family.
Mentoring mothers with one goal in mind, to lower Ohio's infant mortality rate. In a city that is home to so many medical centers, Dr. Arthur James says Ohio's high infant mortality rate doesn't make sense.
For the number of births per year, we're at the top of the class. We're amongst the top 10 in the country. And for keeping those babies alive, we're at the bottom of the class.
Premature births and sudden infant death syndrome account for a majority of early deaths. In 2013, more than 1,000 infants in Ohio died before their first birthday.
We have more responsibility to mothers and babies than most other states in the nation, especially in terms of keeping those babies alive. But we're not doing a good job.
Dr. James says a difference can be made by paying more attention to areas of low income and making sure pregnant women are receiving proper medical care. And back at Moms2Be, Janae says she would still be struggling if it weren't for the help she has now found.
I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I would probably be struggling, trying to figure out I'm about to have another baby, don't know what to do, and how am I going to go by getting diapers, wipes, everything else that I need. So yeah, this program is perfect.
Reporting for WOUB News, I'm Katie Anderson.
Right now, Moms2Be have 5 locations throughout Columbus, but welcome all pregnant women in surrounding communities. Also, the program is always in need of donations. If you would like to help, you can find out more on information on our website at woub.org. One state senator is also taking a stance in combating Ohio's infant mortality rate. Senator Sharon Jones established the Commission on Infant Mortality through legislation last December. The commission, made up of health advocates, met for the first time in August. They plan to gather facts and recommendations on how to improve the state's efforts in reducing infant mortality rate. The commission will propose a final report by the end of the year.
And plans continue to move forward for the Athens County Museum relocation project. The project proceeds after the museum received a bid Wednesday for the sale of their Court Street space. The museum took the highest bid at $758,500. The museum director, Tom O'Grady, thinks the new space will benefit the community.
We only have a certain amount of space to display some of our artifacts, and so by relocating, we'll be able to have more space for collections to preserve and archive these things. We'll have more space for putting items on exhibit. We'll have space for events that the community can utilize and share.
O'Grady says now the museum will start renovations on their new space off West State in North Congress. Superintendent of the Board of Developmental Disabilities, Eric Young, says goodbye after being on paid leave for nearly 4 months. Young accepted more than $90,000 severance package from the board. Young was on paid leave for allegedly failing to provide accurate financial information to the agency's board and received poor job performance feedback. Young's attorney asked the board to allow Young to carry out the rest of his contract, but the board has already begun looking for someone to take his place.
Several cities around Ohio have purchased body cameras for police departments or are considering them. Several cities around Ohio have purchased body cameras for police departments or are considering them. A law enforcement relations board created by Governor John Kasich is developing a standard for their use. It will involve privacy, operations, public records, and other issues. The development was announced today following a presentation from the Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Services. There is no statewide requirement.
It's chilly, the leaves are starting to change, it feels cooler outside. It's that time of the season to break out the pumpkins, but Federal Hawking is changing the color of fall from orange to pink. The Federal Hawking FFA plan is to sell pink pumpkins tomorrow to raise money for the Breast Cancer Research Fund. Blaine Carragher joins us live now from the Tractor Supply Company on State Street in Athens. Blaine, I know the sale isn't until tomorrow, but what can we expect?
Well, and tomorrow this whole area is actually going to be flooded with pink pumpkins instead of orange. Now, this month is actually Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so the Federal Hawking FFA, they are donating 100% of all their proceeds from this sale to breast cancer research. So I'm actually with some of the FFA students right now. So first and foremost, please tell us a little bit about how this project is being.
Yeah, so last fall we were at a convention and I heard and saw the idea of this. The idea of pink pumpkins actually originated in Iowa, and I just thought it would be so cool to bring it to the Athens area. Yeah, so all the proceeds are going to breast cancer awareness, which amazes me. Like, we're not only doing something for our chapter, but we're doing something for others.
And so, Jordan, can you tell me a little bit, what's been the most fun part about working on this project?
I think the best part is on doing this is not only donating money to that, but also raising awareness and our chapter involved in something else that we don't all want to do.
Definitely. And now, Cody, I know you're back there. Come on up here, man. So, what can we be expecting for tomorrow?
Well, the pumpkins are 5 painted points.
Okay, very cool. Awesome. All right, well, once again, make sure that you make your way down here to the tractor company on State Street. And back to you.
Thanks so much, Blaine. Hopefully the rain tomorrow won't keep people away from donating to this great cause. We've actually seen some rain today. October 2nd is a lot like October 1st, but we have seen some rain in the area, and I think that rain's going to stick around through the majority of the early evening tonight and into the overnight hours. But clouds are going to stick around, and it will be cool and breezy, and it will continue like that for much of the weekend. Temperatures across the region, though, we're seeing temperatures mostly in the lower 50s, upper 40s for some of the area. And then as we work our way into tonight, we'll continue to see the cloud cover, chances for rain. So if you're headed out to high school football around the area, bring the rain jacket because we might be seeing some rain showers this evening. But overnight tonight, if you have plans later this evening, things will be cloudy. You know, you might run into a few showers, but other than that, cool and crisp this evening. So very fall-like for the first Friday in October. Tasia, back to you.
Thanks, Ann. Next, a Vatican spokesperson is clearing up what really happened when the Pope met Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis.
Also, new details are emerging about the shooting rampage at an Oregon community college. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
I decided to do a planned gift because I want to ensure that PBS will be around for my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren. I would hope that others, when doing their estate planning, would include their PBS station. My PBS station is part of my community. That's something I really value.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
One of the 10 people wounded in Thursday's shooting rampage in Oregon is expected to go home today. In all, 9 people were killed and 10 others were wounded. Those killed ranged from age 18 to age 67. Investigators say Chris Harper Mercer showed up at Umpqua Community College ready for a fight. He was heavily armed and had body armor with him, but was not wearing it. Polo Sandoval has the latest from Rosenberg.
I heard a lot of people saying, get out of the library. Another girl and I just stayed in there and hid.
Too terrified to run, a student recounts the horror when a gunman opened fire at Umpqua Community College.
Just hearing somebody when I was at a church last night just pop a water container and hearing that popping sound just completely freaked me out. So honestly, I don't know how this is going to go in the long run.
This morning, doctors spoke about their feelings when such a tragedy hits their community.
You go through the rest of the range of emotions, from disbelief, from anger, from sadness to resolution, and it's less than 24 hours. It's still very raw.
Now investigators are trying to find out what would make the 26-year-old shooter attack the school. Douglas County Sheriff says he's honoring the victims by not acknowledging the gunman.
I don't want to glorify the shooter. I want to glorify his name. I don't want to glorify his cause. And in order to prevent that, I'm refusing to state his name.
Anastasia Boylan was shot in the back. She told her father the shooter spoke to his victims before pulling the trigger.
He would ask them, and if you're a Christian, stand up. And they would stand up, and he said, good, because you're a Christian, you're going to see God in just about 1 second. And then he shot and killed them.
Reporting in Roseburg, Oregon, I'm Polo Sandoval.
The interim president of the Umpqua Community College says she doesn't believe Mercer was a current student.
Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis's attorney discussed her September 24th meeting with Pope Francis. Attorney Matt Staver told the Associated Press that the Vatican spokesman said he only met with Davis in a receiving line. The couple were in a room with only the Pope and Vatican personnel. The meeting was an affirmation of Davis's right to be a conscientious objector. Staver says Vatican personnel initiated contact with Davis on September 14th. On Wall Street today, the stock market ended the week on an upbeat note, despite stumbling at the start.
Cool, it's breezy. I'll let you know how long the rain is going to stick around in the area and how long we'll be feeling these fall-like temperatures, plus your 7-day forecast. All that next on Newswatch.
I support one student in college with a scholarship. Just the way I want to pass on a legacy of education. I would like to pass PBS on to the next generation. like to think that PBS is concerned with our soul. If your soul is in the right place, you're giving back.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere. Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Welcome back to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Ann Campolongo. So today in Athens, we saw some rain earlier today, and it's sticking around for the majority of the afternoon today. Temperatures across the area, though, most of us seeing lower 50s, upper 40s in some parts of the region, 48 down in Jackson, 51 here in Athens, as well as New Lexington. Right now, we are seeing breezy conditions out there, so if you stepped outside today, you're definitely feeling the breeze, so it's making it feel a lot cooler than it really is. We have a northeast breeze at 17 miles per hour, and we are seeing a dew point of 49 degrees. So very cool conditions out there. Our high temperature we actually reached in the early part of the morning today at 58 degrees, and our low was 50 degrees this afternoon. So we haven't really had a big range of temperatures today, and those cooler temperatures will stick around for the remainder of the weekend. If you're headed out for Friday night football, things will be rather rainy this evening, so bring the rain jacket as you head out. You can expect showers this evening, still breezy conditions out there this evening, 52 for kickoff tonight. Taking a look at the precipitcast, what we have set up is stationary front off into the East Coast, and that's kind of sticking around out there, bringing those heavier rains to the Carolinas. Hurricane Joaquin has taken a more westerly path out into the Atlantic Ocean, so that won't be directly affecting the weather here on the East Coast, but some of the East Coast rain will bring in that moisture from Joaquin, giving the Carolinas, Virginia, areas like that heavy rains this weekend. They're expecting over 10 inches of rain down there. But here in southeastern Ohio, we'll just be seeing more of the heavier rain showers tonight into the overnight hours, and for most of the day on Saturday, we'll be feeding into some of that rain from that low pressure system that's spinning off into the southern United States, throwing some of that rain our way. Temperatures for tonight, though, will be dipping down into the upper 40s for most of the area. 47 the low in Chillicothe tonight, 46 in New Lexington, and 47 here in Athens. For tomorrow, we won't be reaching much warmer temperatures, 50s, mid-50s for most of us across the area. 57 the high in Athens tomorrow, 55 over in New Lexington, and 56 in Chillicothe. So rainy conditions tomorrow. If you have outdoor plans, you might need to take a rain check because we are going to be seeing rain for the majority of the day tomorrow. As you head out tomorrow, though, again, temperatures won't be increasing much. By 9 a.m. we'll be at 49 degrees. A good chance of rain as you start off the day on Saturday, and that'll stick around through the afternoon hours. By 3 p.m. tomorrow, we'll be at 56 degrees. For tonight, though, we'll be down to 47 degrees again. Breezy conditions, cool showers this evening, so take the rain jacket, the rain boots as you head out this evening. For tomorrow, we'll reach a high of 57 degrees. Again, breezy and cloudy and rainy. That northeasterly wind is going to stick around for tomorrow as well. Here's your 7-day forecast. So the soggiest day of the weekend will definitely be Saturday. Sunday looks to be dry. We still can't rule out a passing shower possibly on Sunday. Temperatures on Sunday, though, only hitting the mid-60s, and then we'll finally dry out for the start of the work week next week. Temperatures slowly creeping back up to more seasonable temperatures for this time of year. Monday looks to be into the upper 60s, and then we'll dry out for the majority of the week next week. And then finally, a late week warm-up for us next Thursday and Friday. Temperatures reaching back up into the 70s, but those nights will still be cooler as temperatures will dip down into the upper 40s and lower 50s. Mackenzie, back to you.
Thanks, Ann. Now also in weather, current forecast track shows Hurricane Joaquin avoiding the U.S. East Coast this weekend, but residents will likely not escape what could be historic flooding in some areas. In Norfolk, Virginia, overnight rains flooded and closed some streets for drivers. That state has a coastal flood warning in effect today through Friday night. Some schools and businesses plan to close early Friday. Elsewhere, forecasters say historic flood levels are expected in coastal South Carolina, with up to 15 inches of rain possible. There are flood advisories and warnings stretching from northern Florida north to Connecticut. Governors in 4 states have declared states of emergency. Hurricane Joaquin is still a Category 4 storm with 130-mile-an-hour winds. As of Friday morning, the storm is essentially stalled over the Bahamas.
And I'm Megan Stamper. In sports, the Ohio Bobcats kick off MAC play tomorrow. And the Pittsburgh Steelers hosted AFC North rival Baltimore in a Thursday night football matchup. Next on Newswatch. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
My granddaughter is named June Elizabeth, but I call her Junebug. My hope is to teach her about kindness and about the love of animals and nature. I want Junebug to have the same opportunities I had by watching PBS. My husband and I feel so strongly about our PBS station that we've included them in our estate plan. PBS is part of our values, and we want to pass it on to the next generation.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Welcome back, I'm Megan Stamper. Last night's Thursday night football matchup featured the winless Ravens taking on AFC North rivals the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers were without starting quarterback Ben Roethlisberger after he went down with a knee injury last week, so Mike Vick got the start in his place. Baltimore was playing from behind for most of the game, but came back to tie it in regulation to send it into overtime. Justin Tucker was the hero of the game for the Ravens. He hit a field goal at the end of regulation to send the game to overtime. And after Pittsburgh couldn't capitalize on their field goal opportunities, Tucker nailed the 52-yard field goal to win the game. And OU football is back on the gridiron tomorrow. They travel north to begin their MAC play in Akron. The Bobcats are coming off their first loss of the season in Minnesota, and Akron sits at 2-2 after winning both of their last 2 games. Ohio quarterback J.D. Sprague is not expected to play after suffering an injury last week. The Bobcats have relied on their offense for explosive plays this season, and they should expect to see more of that tomorrow in Akron. And the Ohio University women's soccer team opened up conference play last weekend and beat Buffalo 1-0. Today, they continued conference play against the Northern Illinois Huskies. They were 9-12-2 all-time against Northern Illinois. The Huskies scored early in the second half, and the Bobcats answered with a goal of their own by Alexis Molesky. The game went into overtime, and it actually went into double overtime, but the Bobcats did come away with a 2-1 victory. And if you're going out to any of the high school football games in the area tonight, make sure to bring your rain gear. Lots of big games tonight in Week 6. And the TVC Hawking Trimble travels to Wahama in a game where the White Falcons have a lot to prove. Athens travels to winless Gallia in a non-conference matchup as the Bulldogs go for win number 3. The Meigs Marauders host the Buckeyes of Nelsonville York, and Belpre welcomes South Gallia. Winless Vinton County will try to get their first win of 2015 against a tough Alexander Spartan team. And coming off a thrilling comeback win in Baltimore, the Cincinnati Bengals return home on Sunday to face the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bengals are off to a 3-0 start behind the improved play of quarterback Andy Dalton. Dalton has thrown 8 touchdowns to just 1 interception this year. Kansas City is coming off a tough loss in Green Bay on Monday Night Football, and it'll be somewhat of a homecoming for Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, who played his college ball at the University of Cincinnati. And the other Ohio team travels out west for their matchup against the San Diego Chargers on Sunday. The Browns secondary is banged up, and they'll face Phillip Rivers and a strong Chargers offense. The Browns also have injuries on the offensive side of the ball, with running back Sean Drone questionable. If the Browns can pull out the win, they will leave Baltimore in the basement of the AFC North with a 1-3 record. A win would put the Browns at 500. I'm Megan Stamper, and that's it for sports. Back to you, Tasia.
Got great video of a wedding favor that shut down an airport, a bonanza for surfers, and a pair of singing contractors. Jennifer Whalen has the story. Take a look at this.
Who thought this was a good idea? A bride and groom whose names both start with the letter T thought it would be cute to make little TNT bottles filled with bath salts for their guests. The TSA did not think it was cute and evacuated Denver's airport. The newlyweds were not charged, but the agency put pictures up on Instagram to remind travelers to be mindful of what they pack. Hey, there's a hurricane on the way. Let's surf. These folks in Folly Beach, South Carolina are taking advantage of the huge waves whipped up by Hurricane Joaquin. But storms do create dangerous currents, so surfers, beware. The hottest up-and-coming singing group is building a following online. That's because they're singing contractors.
So at the end of the day, after our hard work, we will do a short video, and we posted it to Facebook one time, and some people liked it.
Now their videos have racked up millions of views.
It's pretty overwhelming, to be honest. Never expected it at all.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jennifer Whalen.
So we won't be seeing any of the major effects of Joaquin here in Ohio, but the areas like the Carolinas and that, they will be definitely tapping into some of that moisture. But here tonight in Athens, we'll be down to 47 degrees for our low this evening. Again, breezy this evening, cool if you're headed out to any of the area football games, bring the rain jacket. It will be a cool night to be outside. For tomorrow, things looking just similar to today. We will see rain for the majority of the day tomorrow. We'll only reach a high of 57 tomorrow, again cloudy and rainy, and those cooler northeasterly breezes will continue to stick around for the day on Saturday. Here's your 7-day forecast though. So Saturday, the soggiest day of the weekend. Sunday, we look to dry out, high of 65 on Sunday. Can't rule out for a chance for a passing shower on Sunday, but as we take a look at the rest of the week for the work week next week, temperatures warming back up by the late week, but as we start off the work week on Monday and Tuesday, more seasonable temperatures into the upper 60s on Monday and Tuesday, and we look to dry out. So a great week to start the work week next week. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Ann. And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Mackenzie Pyatt.
And I'm Tasia Smith. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Remember, you can find us at WOUB.org. Have a great night.
I decided to do a planned gift because I want to ensure that PBS will be around for my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren. I would hope that others, when doing their estate planning, would include their PBS station. My PBS station is part of my community. That's something I really value.